Give all the praise, all the glory, all the honor unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakudash. Double honors goes out to the elder apostles of Great Millstone for teaching me the truth. Also, I want to acknowledge all the Akyam who are pushing the truth with sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. Alright, this is, I'm going to go in on Psalms 26, the 26th Psalm. It's King David. He says, Psalm of David, judge me, O Yahweh, for I have walked in mine integrity. I have trusted also in Yahweh, therefore I shall not slide. Because when we're in this truth, it gives us stability, right? Let's read verse Psalm 1 and 3. It says, and he shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water, that bringeth forth his fruit in his season. His leaf also shall not wither, and whatsoever he doeth shall prosper. So the men who are in this truth, we have a foundation underneath us. A foundation that keeps you stable, right? And this is why I brought this verse out, because a tree planted by rivers of water. So when a tree is planted by a river, it's well nourished. And trees trees have extremely long lifespans, see, because they're stable. So it's a metaphor for stability and that foundation. Watch, let me actually look that word up. The lowest load-bearing part of a building, typically below ground level. An underlying basis or principle. Alright? So you have to have a good face. A good base. A good substructure. You see? These are similar words. So this is our foundation. Core. Some of the words are in here. Beginning, principles, cornerstone, heart. You see? This is that foundation. This truth gives us foundation, right? That's why it says in Psalms 26 and 1, it says, I shall not slide because I have my trust in Yahweh, all right? Examine me, O Yahweh, and prove me. Try my reins and my heart. And the heart is mind. So Yahweh tries the heart and the mind. For thy loving kindness is before mine eyes, and I have walked in thy truth. See? We got to walk in the truth to the best of our ability, you know? We got to defend the gospel. When others are saying things which don't go according to these scriptures, you're supposed to defend the gospel, and the Spirit is on the elect men to do that. I have not sat with vain persons, neither will I go in with dissemblers. Right? Vain person, anybody who's not coming into this fold of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, a useless person. Alright? Don't get too caught up in relationships, because a lot of these people are vain. Alright? They're useless. So, don't let these useless people have such an impact on you see? So you have to remember, they're vain, they're useless. Yahweh Bashem Yahushai cannot use, vain persons. Verse 5, I have hated the congregation of evildoers and will not sit with the wicked. So that's the spirit we should be in. We shouldn't be dwelling with the congregation of evildoers, right? If you got people, really, it's best to cut ties with people who don't believe in this truth, because all it's going to do is be a vexation of spirit. All right. Let me grab this real quick. Ecclesiastes 1:18. For in much wisdom is much grief, and he that increaseth knowledge increaseth sorrow. You see that? So things will be a vexation to you if you don't cut off people. It's best to dwell with the brotherhood, If you have a woman, that's fine. If you have a woman, maybe she's a little bit interested in the truth. Really, if she's a new woman, you really don't want to share the truth with her. You see? So, let's see, 126, 26 and 5. I have hated the congregation of evildoers and will not sit with the wicked. Yeah, we definitely don't want to be sitting with Esau Edom, you have to work sometimes and deal with Esau Edom, but hey, anytime you can avoid dealing with the wicked, avoid dealing with the wicked. It's plain and simple. Verse 6, I will wash mine hands in an innocency, so will I compass thine altar, O Yahweh. We're washing our hands by teaching this truth. Alright? Talks about that in Ezekiel, I think 33. Let's grab that real quick. Ezekiel 33. By teaching this truth, we're washing our hands. Let me see if I can find it good. Let's see. Well, it was up here. I'll grab the one I saw up here, but let me see. Salakia. Alright, I'll read this. Ezekiel 33 and 6. But if the watchmen see the sword come and blow not the trumpet, and the people be not warned, if the sword come and take any person from among them, he is taken away in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at the watchman's hand. So as watchmen, we're blowing this trumpet. We're warning you of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. We're warning you there's judgment about to come. You see? So this is how we wash our hands clean. It says, but his blood will I require at the watchman's hand. If we don't warn you, if we don't tell you what the wicked is perpetrating, we don't sit. If we just stay quiet, even though we know he's coming with his MOTB and eventually his missiles, then the blood is on our hands. But because we're warning you, we're washing our hands clean. And that was the point. Psalms 26 and 6. I will wash mine hands in innocency, so will I compass thine altar, O Yahweh, that I may publish with the voice of thanksgiving, and tell of all thy wondrous works. See? So David was inspired by the Holy Spirit to publish, right? Meaning put it in a book, write it down. Let's grab that real quick, that word publish. There he is. It says to proclaim officially, to make generally known, to make a public announcement of. Okay? And see, that's why we go into these words, because I said it was to write things down in a book, but it's really all it is to make generally known. You just got to say it, speak it. To issue the work of an author. So yeah, an author would have to write it down. That's a book. To produce or release for distribution, to disseminate to the public. You see what it means? You get the idea. So that's what the spirit of the men of Yahweh we're gonna publish this thing. We're gonna make, it says to make generally known. We're gonna make people know about Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. That's our job. Right? To announce. Let's get this definition out of the Collins Dictionary. shoot, let me just go back. I'll just read it right here. It says in the middle of your, the bottom of your screen, to make publicly known, announce, proclaim, divulge, or promulgate. You see that? To make publicly known. We're making it known to the public that the name of the Father and Son is Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai. And this is the truth. So Yahweh, he praises the men who do his work for him, who work according to truth and the integrity, like our King David, right? Verse 8. Yahweh, I have loved the habitation of thy house and the place where thine honor dwelleth. The habitation of the house is the house of Israel, and the habitation of the house is the truth, right? Verse 9. Gather not my soul with sinners, nor my life with bloody men. Right? And David was a righteous man, but yet he had a humble prayer. Right? So our prayers should be humble. You shouldn't just assume that you're of the elect, or just assume you're one of the men of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai. That's why David said this, gather not my soul with sinners, nor my life with bloody men. He was in the flesh. He said this because he was being humble, even though we know that he is a man of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai. He was showing his humbleness, saying that in verse 9. Verse 10, in whose hands is mischief, and their right hand is full of bribes. And these are those bloody men, those sinners. Right? Because the Esau Edom, his whole, you see what I'm saying? His whole MO is mischief, right? And the right hand is full of bribes. What is his main bribe that he's coming up with? It's going to be this MOTB, this mark of the beast, the RFID CHIP. This is going to be a bribe. He's going to bribe you into taking that thing. And he's going to fool a lot of people in the process and take a lot of people to the grave. Take a lot of Israelites to the grave. All right? By that bribe. Verse 11. But as for me, I will walk in mine integrity, redeem me, and be merciful unto me. So that's what we got to do to the best of our ability, brothers, is walk with integrity. And integrity, that means you're doing the same thing when nobody's looking as you would when people are looking. Right? The brotherhood. You see? Verse 12, my foot standeth in an even place. In the congregations will I bless Yahweh. All right? And that even place, going back to that foundation. The foundation keeps us even. Which even is another word for even, is balance. So you got to balance things out, right? Don't be too righteous, don't be too wicked. But you got to balance things out in this truth. The men of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai, we're going to teach it according to the way it's written, with integrity, right? Meaning, we're going to be doing this, our thoughts, even when we're alone, we're going to be meditating on this word. Not just speaking on it when we're amongst the brothers in the brotherhood. No, when you're alone, you still have the same fire that you do when you go out to camp, when you're with the brothers. So I'm going to go ahead and close out on that. Just wanted to get a little quick hitter. I'm going to be doing some work here. Got to go make a few pennies, but I'm going to close out on that. I want to give all the praise, all the glory, all the honor unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rekah Kodash. Double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone for teaching me the truth. Also want to acknowledge all the Akyam who are pushing the truth with sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth, and shalom to the elect. All right, shalom.